Sorry I could not be there this evening, but I want to thank all my friends in Montgomery County for honoring the great Ellen Sauerbrey. 3 gubernatorial elections, successful elections later, believe me, we know our success is built on her shoulders. Ellen made Republicanism cool. She made conservatism cool, even in Annapolis, Maryland. Ellen, we love you. We thank you for your commitment to our cause, to our party. We thank you for your dignity. We thank you for your integrity. We thank you for being you. You have been our leader for many, many decades. Again, thank you so much to our friends in Montgomery County for honoring you this evening. You deserve it, and have a great night.
Hi, I'm Jim Gilmore, the former governor of Virginia, and I'm really pleased to be able to join in this tribute to Ellen Sauerbrey today. I campaigned for Ellen when she ran for governor, came across the river, and worked on her behalf. And I also remember the time that Ellen invited me to one of her fundraisers that she was putting on for the party. It was Oktoberfest theme. And when I got over into Maryland and got to the event, Ellen had on her dendroclyde. In fact, she really looked like a milkmaid from Bavaria, and I expected her to break out any minute into a yodel. In fact, I think that night she did yodel. Well, in any case, it's my pleasure to join in the tribute to Ellen Sauerbrey, and we're all very grateful for the leadership she's provided to the state of Maryland and to the United States over the years. Thanks very much.
Hi, my name is Diana Waterman, and I'm very excited to be here today sharing my memories of Ellen Sauerbrey. Compared to Ellen, I'm a relative newcomer to this world in that I only joined in about 2006, but I remember my first experience of hearing about Ellen Sauerbrey was Ambassador Ellen Sauerbrey, and I was so nervous and excited about meeting her because I'd never met an ambassador before. But the one thing you see and you know right away with Ellen is no matter what title she's carrying, who she's representing, she's just Ellen. She is so down to earth, she's approachable, she is so friendly and kind and considerate. She is truly one of the matriarchs of our Republican Party and someone that everyone turns to when they're looking at running for whatever office, whatever field, getting involved, needing someone to champion their cause, whether it's campaign chair for Andy Harris's campaign, encouraging a soon-to-be delegate to run, seeking higher office, working with the Federation, or just showing up at an MFRW meeting to support whatever speaker's there. Ellen is kind of our energizer buddy. As long as I've known her, I have never seen her not be tired, to not give it her all the time. It is an honor to call Ellen my friend. I sought out her counsel on many times, whether I was running for chairman or seeking support for a change that we wanted to make, or being the MFRW president now. Ellen has always been there in my corner, as she has been in many women's corners, as well as many of the men in our state, urging them on to greater and better things, all in the name of service to our state. She is truly a great public servant and someone that I emulate and I would like to be when I grow up very much. Our governor, Ellen Sauerbrey.
State Delegate Chris Adams on Eastern Shore, District 37B, Talbot, Dorchester, Caroline-Wicomico County. To Ellen Sauerbrey, congratulations on over 40 years of service to our party and to the state of Maryland, also federally, and everything that you've done for us has been an inspiration. So proud to see that you're going to be you'll get your accomplishment rewarded tonight, and thank you very much.
I first met Ellen Sauerbrey in the fall of 1993 when she accepted an invitation to speak to a young ragtag team of college Republicans at St. Mary's College of Maryland. We were in need of an inspirational leader and someone who could tell us what it meant to be a Republican in the state of Maryland in those days. She came with a very clear message of individual freedom, personal responsibility, and limited government. A message that resonated in that room and inspired many to become active in their state and local governments. It inspired me as well. The idea of a Republican governor in the 1990s was almost an anathema, but Ellen Sauerbrey helped make that a reality. She laid the groundwork for our Republican governor today, and her message helped unite people behind a common ideal. Ellen, thank you for your leadership, thank you for your vision, and thank you for inspiring others throughout your entire life of public service. And thank you, most importantly, for your personal friendship. You deserve to be honored today and every day. God love you.
Hi, I'm Bobby Deegan, a Republican in Prince George's County, Maryland, and this is Snowball. And we are here to say that we are so happy to express our thanks and support for Ellen Sauerbrey. She is Miss Republican in the state of Maryland, and being a Republican in Maryland is not easy. Being a Republican in Prince George's County is even harder. And I have so much respect for Ellen for being an open and above board Republican for all these years. She was a stalwart in the General Assembly. I don't know how you keep going from year to year fighting the good fight when Republicans so often lose, but I'm so grateful you did. And you are one reason that I'm on the Board of Elections now, because dead people are not going to vote in Prince George's County. So thank you for all you've done over the years, Ellen, and keep doing more of the same.
I'm thrilled to be here as part of the tribute to Ellen Sauerbrey, my friend and colleague and my idol. Ellen and I first met around 1975 and 1976 when I was mayor of Bowie and she was in the legislature as head of the minority in the House of Delegates. And she was someone that I went to, first met, and was impressed with her intelligence and her grasp of the issues. It took no time at all to recognize her as a tremendous leader, not only in the legislature, but in the Republican Party. And she set the pace and set the tone for me and for a lot of other future Republican women leaders. I am so proud to know her, and I call her my governor because she definitely won the governor's race in 1994. The votes that turned up miraculously after the final count from very, very subject and suspicious precincts in Baltimore and Prince George's County were just an absolute abomination on our electoral system. And Ellen withstood it all with dignity and poise, and she showed us the way, and through the good times and the bad times, been an indomitable spirit and recognizes for all of us what it takes in the face of adversity, how to rise above the ashes and to be a true leader. I am so proud of you, Ellen, and I congratulate you on this honor and this tribute that you're receiving today.
Top of the day to you, everyone. I want to take a moment just to thank our dear friend, Ambassador Ellen Sauerbrey. Ellen Sauerbrey is just a delight. She's a queen to me. She's the queen of Maryland. For Maryland politics, she has been just a stellar ambassador. She was a tremendous advocate for taxes. She's been an advocate for many issues in the state of Maryland. We're delighted tonight to take this moment to thank her. And I personally want to thank her from the very bottom of my heart for all that she has done. She has been a mentor and a very inspirational person just to follow. God bless you, Ellen Sauerbrey.
When I first met Ellen Sauerbrey in 1979, she was known to her friends as Winky. Adored by the conservative wing of the Republican Party, she is one of our true leaders, and she was one of the earliest supporters of Ronald Reagan. In addition to her duties as minority leader of the House of Delegates, she was also very active in the National Legislative Affairs Council, where she was even elected the national chair. During all her legislative years, Ellen was a strong advocate for controlling the size and cost of state government while encouraging economic growth and job creation. Ellen was elected to be the governor of the state of Maryland in 1994, until Baltimore City miraculously appeared with more votes than the city had residents. Magic, how that works in the state of Maryland. President George W. Bush selected her to be the Assistant Secretary of State for the Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration, and also as the United States representative to the United Nations on the status of women in the Economic and Social Council. There she championed women's rights around the world, spearheading international initiatives to make women full participants in their native legislative process in their native countries. She is a huge supporter of the Right to Life movement. In other words, Maryland, the United States, and indeed the world would be economically and spiritually poorer if it was not for Ellen's many selfless contributions. I'm so honored to be counted as one of her friends. Thank you, Ellen, for all you do for us.
Well, this is Delegate Neil Parrott. First, I just want to say thank you to Ellen Sauerbrey. I appreciate you, what you've done for our state, what you continue to do for our state. Back in 1994, when I believe you won the governorship, you had a pro-life platform before it was really popular to be pro-life. And you won, almost won, I think did win, with that platform. And you've been consistent over decades now of being a promoter of real conservatism. Not only your pro-life stance, but your pro-economic freedom stance, your pro-religious freedom stance, and you don't just say it, you get involved. And I just can't express how thankful I am to Ellen Sauerbrey for all that she is doing for our state and for our country. She was an ambassador. Of course, she served at ALEC as their chairman. She now is with MBRG. And if you just watch, I'm so thankful to be on her mailing list. For all of you who are listening, if you're not on her mailing list, I suggest that you get on it. She sends out great information, timely information about things that are happening internationally and nationally, so that we can really work to preserve our country and to help the conservative movement move forward. So with that, I just want to say thank you to Ellen Sauerbrey for all that you've done, all that you're doing, and all that you're going to do. I'm just so thankful for you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Faith Loudon. I'm on the Grassroots Committee, and I want to thank Ellen Sauerbrey for all that she's done through the years. I can remember her being at an MFRW convention in Annapolis and talking about what was happening to our schools when my boys were in the 2nd and 3rd grade.
Hi, I'm Charlie Deegan, Chairman of the Critical Area Commission for the Chesapeake Bay and Atlantic Coastal Bays for the state of Maryland. I am so honored to be asked to be part of Ellen's salute tonight. Ellen and I go back so many years I can't even remember. But one thing that always sticks in my mind is her election when she ran for governor. I was on the election board in Prince George's County, Maryland, and she sure made my life interesting for about a month. It was too bad we couldn't find a few extra votes in Prince George's County, but she always is in mind of the Republicans, Governor Sauerbrey. Anyhow, from that day, we went on to elect 2 Republican governors. Who would have thought?
Good afternoon. I'm Dick Bennett. I'm a United States District Judge for the District of Maryland, and obviously now as a federal judge, I've been long out of politics, so this is not meant to be any political comment here, but I've been asked to make comments about my old friend Ellen Sauerbrey and her wonderful career in public life, and I do so with great enthusiasm. I first met Ellen when I was the Baltimore County Republican Chairman in the 1980s, and worked closely with her when she was then a member of the Maryland General Assembly representing Baltimore County and was then minority leader in the General Assembly. We then came to know each other better in the 1990s when we were both statewide candidates for office in 1994, and I had great admiration for her, and both of us lost in close election campaigns. I was running for Attorney General of Maryland after having been the U.S. Attorney for Maryland, and Ellen was obviously the candidate for governor. We became much closer in 1998, and I was very flattered and honored for her to ask me to be her running mate in 1998. I was a partner in a large Maryland law firm, but agreed to take a leave of absence to be her running mate in the 1998 campaign, which again was very close, but Ellen did not prevail. But I had great admiration and respect for her, and I didn't think it could increase, but it only increased when I was her running mate in 1998. She showed great intellectual courage and commitment to the people of the state of Maryland,
in expressing her views. And I specifically recall one particular event in Annapolis where she and I were to make one of our rare joint appearances together, and there was a considerable number of people there to hear her speak, but there were also some demonstrators who opposed her, and we were advised by the Anne Arundel County Police Department and the Maryland State Police that they could not ensure our security. As a former federal prosecutor, that troubled me, that rights of free speech were going to be abridged in that fashion, and I didn't say anything. And I looked at Ellen, and Ellen gave me this determined look and looked back at me and nodded, and I nodded back to her, and Ellen said, "We're going in." And I still recall arriving in Annapolis and getting off the bus with her and our supporters and meeting many other supporters, but there was no question there was an unruly crowd there that was seeking to prevent Ellen from speaking. And I'll never forget not only the strengths of her comments there that night, but the strength of her resolve and her courage in presenting her viewpoints. So it's with great enthusiasm that I wish Ellen all the best. Obviously, I'm long gone from politics these days and cannot express any political opinions, but I am delighted to be given this opportunity to pay tribute to her and her wonderful career in public life, her great commitment to the people of the state of Maryland and to this country, her service during the administration of George W. Bush, and her commitment to the people of Maryland during her many years in the Maryland General Assembly. So Godspeed, Ellen, and all the best.
Hello, I'm Nicolette Ambrose, Maryland's National Committee woman, and it is an honor to hold this position that was once held by the Honorable Ellen Sauerbrey. I worked on my very first campaign in 1998, which just happened to be Ellen Sauerbrey for Governor's second campaign. I know you really were elected governor of Maryland in 1994, Ellen, but it has been an honor to work for you and fight alongside you, and thanks for teaching me a great way to catch the political bug. And most of all, you have taught all of us in Maryland what a beautiful, strong, committed, conservative woman looks like. Thank you, Ellen, for everything.